I don't think you're becoming the person that you're meant to be. I think you're just remembering them. And this is because the confident version of you, the disciplined version of you, the successful version of you is not waiting somewhere in your future. They're actually trapped underneath the habits of the person that you've convinced yourself you are, the person your subconscious mind believes you are. And over the last few years, I've noticed something super fascinating. Psychology explains your identity, but spirituality explains your alignment to your desired reality. Psychology tells us that our repeated behaviors and patterns shape our identity. But on the other hand, spirituality tells us that we create our reality through the energy that we embody. They're basically saying the same thing, but just speaking two slightly different languages. But nonetheless, both of them are pointing toward the same thing, which is that your life begins changing when you begin changing. And I've noticed that every major shift in my life happened after I started acting differently, not after I felt differently or had evidence of there being a difference. And you have to make the change to see the change. Confidence comes after you have the courage to overcome your fears. Discipline comes after you develop consistency. And as for me, the opportunities came after I became the type of person who was prepared for them. And I say all of this to say that my life didn't change first, but I did. I had to be the change first in order to see the change. And most of us accidentally live in the past instead of looking to the future. We wake up, think the same thoughts, follow the same old routines that actually no longer serve us. We make decisions that are no longer beneficial to us because we fear uncertainty more than we fear leaving behind a former version of happiness and fulfillment that we have outgrown. And a lot of people are scared to step into a new frequency because during the transformative period, there's this sense of uncertainty. But it's just because it's a new territory of your being that you are unlocking. It doesn't mean that you're unsafe or it's scary or that the experience is scary. What is unsafe and scary is staying in a frequency or a life that actually no longer serves you because it's just comfortable. That's what's unsafe and scary. Staying in a life that no longer serves you will not impact or influence the change that you desire or that you want to be and that you want to see in yourself and in your reality. We tell ourselves that when I'm confident, I'll start. But you have to start in order to become confident. Confidence is built through doing, it's built through competence. We tell ourselves that when I'm disciplined, I'll wake up earlier. Whole time, you have to be consistently doing the thing to become disciplined. We tell ourselves that when life gets easier, then I'll become this person. But in order for life to get easier, you have to become that person. If you are waiting on the result to come to be the change, you will never see the change. And remember, you have to be the change in order to see the change. And I keep bringing this up because it's so important. I want it to be embedded. For example, you want to become healthy, but every decision reinforces the identity of someone who is not because you are still stuck in that old frequency of the version of yourself that no longer serves you. The version of yourself that consumes low vibrational food and drinks and doesn't take care of themselves. You want to become confident, but every chance you get to speak up, you remain silent because you are still identifying with that old frequency, that old version of yourself that no longer serves you, the one that tells you that you're shy and that you're afraid of being perceived. Always remember, your habits are constantly answering one question, which is, who am I? And eventually, your brain believes your actions more than your dreams, more than your desires, more than your goals. Our brains use evidence to make conclusions. And of course, our brains are going to use the concrete evidence, which is our actions, to come to conclusions about who we are. And this is why it's important to ensure that your goals and your actions align.
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both.
Both?
Both.
This will benefit your brain tremendously, actually. And identity isn't something that you find, it is something that you build. Every action becomes evidence. Every decision becomes a vote of confidence in the frequency or identity that you still subconsciously align with. And eventually, your brain starts to think, okay, this is who we are. For example, you read every day. You become someone who reads. You work out consistently. You become someone who is active. You have to do the thing to be the thing so that you can see the thing. It's not even about labels, it's about repeated proof, evidence. And actually, many spiritual teachings say that your external world is a reflection of your internal state, that who you are being matters more than what you are wishing for. And we have seen this time and time again. When I talk about frequency or even vibration, I'm not saying that the universe is magically handing out rewards just because you thought positively for 5 minutes. I actually wish it were that easy. What I mean by this is that your dominant state determines your dominant actions, and your dominant actions create your life, your reality. A lot of people wait to see external change before changing internally, but what they refuse to actually understand is that your internal has to change before you can see the desired external. You have to be in order to see. Once again, your energy influences your actions and your choices. Your choices influence your habits influence your identity, and your identity influences your reality. To embody something simply means to live as if that identity already belongs to you, as if it's already who you are. The disciplined version of you exists, it's already within you. So today, make a disciplined decision. The confident version of you exists. So have a brave conversation. The healthy version of you exists. So make a healthy choice. Manifestation without embodiment is just a fantasy. It's all up here, it's not out here. And remember that to embody is to be, and to be is to see.
Love it. I love it.
And now that we have the brunt of the stuff out of the way, here are some ways to help you shift your identity and your reality. Number 1, stop saying that you want. Wanting means that you don't have the thing that you desire. And although that may be true in reality, it doesn't have to be true in your perspective because reality is an illusion. That's why we say that everything is about perspective. You get to perceive reality, it doesn't perceive you. After all, it's your reality. When you say you want something, you keep pushing it away because wanting also indicates desperation and attachment. And the universe does not like that. The universe does not align with that. It doesn't reward that. You have to detach from things that you desire. Wanting indicates chasing, and to chase something means that you're running after something that is running away from you. So, stop saying you want something. It has that sense of desperation and attachment to it, and that sense of chase about it, which is not beneficial to you manifesting your desired reality or the ideal version of yourself or anything really. Number 2, borrow from your ideal identity. Before every decision, before every action, ask yourself, what would the ideal version of myself do right now? And choose that. This is just further proof that you already are what you want to be. That person is already within you. If they weren't, you'd be asking someone else that question. Number 3, practice before you believe. Belief follows evidence. Most people wait until they believe in themselves, but confidence is earned by collecting proof. And once again, you have to be in order to see. And number 4, become emotionally familiar with your future. And this can be done through spending time visualizing your future, not as a form of escapism, but as rehearsal. Rehearsal is also already an indication that you believe and that you are in embodiment of your ideal version of yourself. It's like when people who do theater rehearse because they've already got confirmation that they got a part in a play that they desired to participate in. Rehearsal is just confirmation. And also, many people rehearse, people from many walks of life. Athletes mentally rehearse, pilots mentally rehearse, surgeons mentally rehearse. Visualization just prepares your nervous system for your ideal identity, your ideal reality. And that way, you become emotionally aligned and your brain becomes familiar with that identity that you are visualizing. That's why so many people recommend the practice of visualization. And the qualities that you admire already exist within you as potential. And every day, you either strengthen your potential or let it go unused. There will be no change if there's no change. You can't keep making the same choices and expect a different life, a different reality. You have to be the change in order to see the change. Basically, A plus B equals C. And really, that's all I have for today. And I thank you for being here. Bye bye.